Hello, and welcome to Global Data Themes Instant Insights. At Global Data, we define a theme as something that keeps a CEO awake at night, as businesses that invest in important themes will succeed, and those that don't will fail. Hello, and welcome to Instant Insights. Today, I'll be talking to a very special guest, our very own Cyrus Mewawalla, Head of Thematic Intelligence at Global Data. We'll be discussing thematic intelligence as a research and analysis tool, exactly what it is, how it works, and how it can help companies plan for the future. So, Cyrus, first off, how would you define thematic intelligence, and how would you say it's different from other types of research and analysis?
So if you're a decision maker today, whether you're a business leader or an investor, a professional advisor or a government official, you're bombarded with loads of data. But what you really need is some way to filter that data to help you make better, more timely decisions. If you can view the world's data by themes, it suddenly becomes much easier to make those important decisions.
Yeah, we really do live in a data-driven world where data costs more than oil. Where did you first come up with themes, or first come across thematic intelligence?
Well, the concept of thematic research and themes has been around for quite a while. Banks and consultancies have been talking about it for some time, maybe 2 decades or more. And thematic investing has been around for at least 15 or 20 years. But what I came up with back in 2015 was the concept of how to quantify the impact of themes on companies. And that had never been done before at any scale and never with any predictive track record. And so I used to work I was an equity analyst in the investment banking industry. I covered the tech sector. And the job of any equity analyst is to advise pension funds and other investors on which stocks to buy, which stocks are going to go up and which are going to go down and why. And back in 2003, when I was in the industry, I realized that all of us in the industry were not that good at predicting the future, and we were not that good at giving investment advice. So therefore, I thought there must be a better way of picking stocks. So I set up my own company, CM Research, and I developed a thematic scoring methodology. And my approach to picking stocks was the exact opposite of how most Wall Street analysts used to pick stocks then. So rather than covering just 10 or 20 stocks, which is what most analysts and investment banks do today, I covered the top 600 stocks in the global tech sector. Rather than building a discounted cash flow model, which is how most Wall Street analysts pick stocks today, and these DCF models, they forecast future profits and then they discount them back to today's net present value. Rather than doing that, I developed a big global thematic model, and I scored the top 600 companies against all the big themes impacting their sector. I then weighted those themes, so I got an overall score of how strong a company was, how well it's going to perform in the next 2 to 5 years. And I divided the tech sector into 17 sectors like semiconductors, telecom equipment, and so on. And then the model worked. And then in 2018, my business was acquired by Global Data, and the management of Global Data here have rolled out this thematic methodology to over 20 sectors. So we now cover not just tech, but pharma, banking, consumer, oil and gas, and many other sectors. And we've invested heavily in the product. And now our thematic engine is AI powered. We've got over 150 million real-time data signals to improve the predictive capability of our thematic research. And we have thematic scorecards for over 60 subsectors, and each of them are overseen by a relevant sector expert.
Wow, that's such an interesting sort of origin story, using that method to identify new stocks and then translating that into a company business strategy. Why do you think this method is particularly good? Why do companies need thematic intelligence?
Well, I think today the world is changing at an ever faster pace. No single human brain can keep up with everything that you need to do to run a business or to run a government department or to be an investor of any kind. If you just think of the last few years, COVID, the Ukraine conflict, the sudden rise of inflation, ChatGPT, Silicon Valley Bank going bust because it didn't understand, what was happening, what was going to happen to interest rates. And, when these events arrive, businesses have to react quickly. They have to adapt quickly. And therefore, when these events arise, our thematic team here in Global Data, we devise strategies to help our clients cope with these events. So when COVID arrived, within days, we launched our first executive briefing, which told businesses in each sector what COVID meant for them. We did it the same when the Ukraine conflict began in February 2022, and we will do it in future themes. So we react to themes when they arise, but we also predict themes before they arise. So in general, our themes product helps our clients to identify disruptive threats, but also new market opportunities. We help them predict the future of their own industries and also the future of their competitive landscape. So where are their competitors innovating and where are they investing? What do their customers want to do tomorrow so that if you're selling into a sector, you can help your customers achieve what they want to do before they've even achieved it. And we have a motto in the thematic team here at Global Data, which is that companies who invest in the right themes become success stories, and those who miss the big themes in their industry ultimately end up as failures.
Yeah, of course. Who do you think is best positioned for thematic intelligence? And can you give any sort of examples of who might have benefited from having it?
I think every industry gets disrupted at some point. Disruption is just faster at any point in time in some industries than in others. But if you look back in time, with the benefit of hindsight, we can all say this. But if you look at the retail sector, for example, they've been faced with the threat of e-commerce from the likes of Amazon for many, many years, over 2 decades. Yet still in the last few years, many, many big high street retailers have gone bust because they didn't adapt quickly enough. And it's not just e-commerce. It's the concept of digital banking and mobile payments, all kinds of things, big data, customer profile management and social media. All these things could have helped these businesses. Cloud computing in terms of, developing new products for your customers very, very fast. So some companies like Walmart embraced these trends, but many others, like Sears, for example, no longer exist because they didn't embrace them quickly enough. And in the automotive sector, for example, it's going through this transformation now. Some of the biggest names in the automotive sector dismissed electric vehicles as just a fad only 6 or 7 years ago. And as a result, 2 startups, Tesla and BYD, became one of the most valuable companies in the world.
Yeah, I guess it really is industry agnostic. Well, I think that's all we've got time for, but thank you so much, Cyrus, for those instant insights. Thanks for listening. From us in Thematic Intelligence, see you next time.